Check. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chew and You podcast.
Hey yo, I'm coming for them duffel bags and gold teeth. This game been saturated, written for my nosebleeds. I like that propane and spit that dragon breath. I got that product for the low, all hell my connect. I've seen the nicest people plotting with the worst intent. I've seen my...
I'm Chew.
And this is Ooh, and welcome back to the Chew and New podcast. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, another edition to the beautiful podcast we've been having. We're coming around close to a year. Next week will be a year.
Next week.
Next will be a year on the airwaves. And with us today to pre-celebrate that 1 year is LF Speedtrap in the house.
Yeah.
We got them in the house. They were outside camping. They had a tailgate party going. There were people outside.
No barbecue.
No barbecue going. It was just nothing but liquid death. It was clean. Wesco PD was clean. It was all water. I promise it was water.
Swear to God. Swear to God, it's just water.
It was just water. But yeah, man, they got here early. They caught us by surprise, which is a good thing, man. They kept us on the toes, and that's the good thing, man.
Yeah.
So then before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, let's thank our sponsors, Ovidio Brothers Electrical. Sergio, thank you once again for another sponsorship from you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in and helping us out. Also, we have Hemp It Up. Hemp It Up doing a sponsorship for this month. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Don't worry. They are located in McAllen and now in Weslaco. So if you get a chance, you got to go visit those guys. They're in back of the San Martin Church. And I said it in every podcast. If God didn't want it to grow, it wouldn't be for us. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. He wouldn't have made it for us.
He wouldn't have made it for us, man. He made it for you and me, man. And also, welcome back to Gabriel Barrera's Plumbing.
Hey.
In the house. Barrera's Plumbing back in the house. Thank you very much for your sponsorship for this month and for next month. This guy's on me. He goes, hey, man, I need you guys, man. I need you guys to help me out. You guys are doing great for me. Just keep it up. Keep it up. I'm like, all right, we will. We'll keep it up for you.
It's up and it's going. Hopefully you will be too.
It's going somewhere. It's going somewhere.
Who the hell knows where?
I don't know, but it's going somewhere. But enough about everything. Let's get to the main attraction, LF Speedtrap. And I'm sure you saw the trailer I put up last week. So I don't know if I hit it right on the nose or not, but as far as the city of disco lights.
A little bit of tapping right there.
A little bit of tapping. I hope, I will not be going to South Padre anytime soon. I'm just going to have to take what they call the bike riders, the back roads to get to the island now. But they're in the house, guys. Guys, welcome. Thank you for showing up, man.
Welcome.
Being so punctual with us.
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, man.
No, it's like I was saying, we're not used to the artist arriving, early.
Yeah, super early.
Yeah, super early. It's on time or it's casually late or
and it's fine. It gives us enough time time for us to get everything up and running, to have everything ready to go.
And to talk shit about them.
Yeah, talk a lot of shit about them before they come in. These guys come in. I don't know, man.
He's so pretty.
We're used to that one. It's all good. You should see our shows. We're there about 5 hours early before we get to we want to get everything down to the T.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, let's introduce yourself. Let's start from left to right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, my name is John Muniz. Lead vocals for the LF Speedtrap machine.
There you go.
Noah Garza, drummer of LF Speedtrap.
Lane Fausto, I'm the guitarist.
There you go. So you're the one with the fine little licks in the beginning and the leads and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some questions for you too.
So many questions.
So many questions.
So many answers.
So we started off listening to. When you sent me it was a total of 5 songs, correct?
Yeah.
5 songs. I was taking a listen to them about a couple of days ago when you sent them to me. I was going through them, and the one that caught my eye the most, and I put it on the trailer because it just got my eye. It was Dead Pigs?
Dead Pigs Don't Float.
Dead Pigs Don't Float. Love it. I love the intro, and I was showing it. I was telling Chew about it on the ride over here. I go, but you gotta listen to this, man. I mean, tell me what's your idea? What do you think as far as the sound? And the first thing he said, it was like a 70s, 80s sound, right?
I'm picking up a lot of 70s and 80s, like punk rock, and so a little bit of Ozzy, My buddy here said he heard a little Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the vocal. It was like a Dave Mustaine sound, man. I was like, oh, man, did Dave Mustaine leave Megadeth that came and joined a band down here in the valley, man? What the hell? And it was pretty good. So when they come in, I'm asking, well, who's the lead vocals?
Right.
He said, I'm the lead vocal. Whoa. They go, hey, man, if you can hit those notes, you keep going. You keep going.
What are you doing here, Dave Mustaine? What happened?
What happened, Dave Mustaine?
What happened?
Well, if you retire, it had to be reborn again.
I thought you just got lost in Austin.
So tell us a little bit about this Dead Pigs Don't Float. What's the whole meaning behind it? What came across upon it, man? How did it start off?
Dead Pigs Don't Float. That's actually an old song written long. I mean, we started out back in the 86 in that area. And actually, Ray Tapia, Fred Tapia, and John. Mm-hmm. And I was when I started with them, I was a roadie. I was younger.
Uh-huh.
But that's when that song came about, and it was pretty much that song was pretty much
free ground. Spill it out.
Well, there was a lot of anger, we had, when you're young and you don't give a shit.
The rebel inside you. Got you.
And then, that's why there was at the time, that's when the Mark Kilroy was happening.
Uh-huh.
So we wrote that song on I got a list long and distinguished. We're getting ready for the end of the world. Black heart filled with hate, ready to send them straight to hell. Just a song. Yeah. And actually from the Bible, when Matthew talks about when Jesus was Gethsemane walking, and he ran into two possessed guys there, and they the demons,
the horde.
Yeah, they said, "Hey, what do you want with the son of of God or whatever?"
Right.
And he said, he knew he was going to cast them out. He says, "Let us go into the swine," and Jesus cast them out into the swine. They were ferociously jumped over the cliffs and died in the ocean. Right. About cops, but it had nothing to do. Nothing. Always misinterpreted. Oh yeah, everybody always thought Dead Pigs. It was about. It had nothing to do.
License plate 496.
That's true. Although we have thrown it out there when they were there to tell us to lower it down, John and Bronzeville. I thought we were going to get arrested. Luckily, I told John, "Hey man, they arrested. This is your fault."
I remember one time we were in this talent show. I think it was in San Benito, Harlingen area.
Uh-huh.
And I just spit it out. I go, I'm going to do a little song. Here's a little cop killer song.
Oh, shit.
And I was ready for the riots and everything.
Yeah. But I actually told him, hey, you know what? We got to the point where we say, hey, no more, none of that, man. Because, my son, we actually have a lot of friends that are police officers.
There you go.
We respect police officers.
Yeah, right.
My son is a police officer.
There you go.
So I said, you know what? We need to quit that. We're not going to do that no more. When we were young, that went up, but not anymore, because a lot of our friends, they tip, when you say stuff like that, it's not something that's not
exactly.
So we said no more, man. That has nothing to do with that.
Good. That's good. That clears the air.
Yeah, it's good that you clear the air there, because people were going to jump to that conclusion because that's what they want to hear.
We don't want that, because we, like I said, we back up the blue.
But I want to say one thing: that song was ahead of its time, because when it was written, it was way before all this new happening, all this new world. This everything.
Yeah,
sure.
It was just a song. We got a bunch of songs. It was a song, and for some reason, a lot of people like that one. Dead Pigs Don't Float. Dead Pigs Don't Float.
Yeah, And I love the intro. The lead is great. The whole structure of the song is awesome, man. I like it a lot. And the cool thing about it is that you explaining to us exactly, what it means. That way people won't have the misconception of saying, well, they're talking about cops, and no, that's not exactly what it's about. So that's a good thing you explained. That's one of the first songs I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Because when I heard it for the first time, so all the other 5 songs, the 5 songs were great, but the ones that stuck out to me the most was Dead Pigs Don't Float, and the other one was what were we called?
Vic.
Vic the Little Heart?
Yes, Vic the Little Heart? Is that the one?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's the one.
A slow, kind of like a
Yes.
That. See, all our songs got meaning. None of our songs are. How should I say it? None of our songs are fake, man. All of our songs we we wrote with a lot of
With a lot of heart.
with a lot of heart, and there's
Emotional.
a story behind them, and a lot of people don't know, but we it's just a lot of stuff.
Right,
We've
right.
been around, we paid our dues, and that's why, we're at the point now where we're just saying, you know what, whatever, man. That's why. Have you heard Locked and Loaded? I say
That's another one.
I say you try to hold us back. We're gonna kick the door down because we're at the point where, I mean, we're older, we're veterans. We got it. We're gonna do it right, and let's go, man. Let's see what happens.
And Dead Pigs did. You said that you had actually written that a long time ago. Did it still hit for you though? Like the emotion in it?
Well, like our old our old guitar says he doesn't have the anger. He couldn't play it. I still can because it's just it's a song that I mean, what it says, it's the truth even now. As much as it was back then,
right.
Now it's even worse because now with everything that's happening,
Right,
and as much as we don't talk about it, where there is a lot of evil out there, that's what it's going at. It's what it's saying. At the end, it says no looking back, no turning back. The past is gone. We cannot change it. The old must die, enter the young. Maybe they can save it. Rip out the bad, leave the good. Save the world from the second flood. We'll lead this art into a new life. Leave the past, Johnny, in blood.
And I can right now, as you lyric by lyric, as you're phrasing it, I bet there's a hip hop artist right now saying, "Damn, you know what? That is deep. And that's something I want to, something I should look into and listen to a little bit more." And it's awesome. Consider the fact that I know rock and hip hop are two separate music genres.
Yeah.
But the lyrics, I mean. Back on the younger days when I would listen to my uncles and they would put their music on, this was back in the early 80s, late 70s, a lot of Leonard Skinner, they were like listen to a lot of Ozzy, Kiss, in old school rock. And, at first when you hear it at a young age, you're like, oh man, it's just noise, it's just noise. But when you really sit down and really listen and pay attention to the lyrics,
right.
You're like, shit, it's an actual story. Yeah. I mean, consider the fact country still does that at time to time. It's kind of slowly drifting away from it because now it's going to the now. What's going into now? The new stuff that's happening out right now.
Yeah.
And it's not storytelling as much as it used to be like back in the day. So and that's awesome that this music that was around since the 80s, now you're blossoming it up to now in the new century that we're in now. People are like, hey, wait a minute.
Well,
this is new.
I found that a lot of the new generations that listen to like a lot of the older songs, a lot of the older music, they really still, the sound still hits. The message that if they pick up on it, it still hits. Right. And so that's why, they'll pick it up and take it with them. So, that's kind of why I asked like the question of like, does it still hit for you? Mm-hmm. The message for it.
All songs, they do. I mean, that's. I mean, there's so much heart put into those songs and on all our music, and that's why we stay true to ourselves. We stay true to LF Speedtrap. We always have. A lot of people say, hey, I even told, hey man, why you guys still playing? I said, hell yeah. I said, some people like fixing up hot rods. Some people like going out fishing. Yeah. We like fucking jamming, and that's what we want to do.
I hear you.
That's what we like to do.
And I see that you were on your tablet right now. You pulled up some lyrics here. I can see from this angle. My eyesight's not that great, but
God, you're so nosy.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. It's something that I got a quick eye, man.
It's like that.
Just like the snake behind you. No, I'm just joking.
It's like my brother said. All of our songs, they're stories,
right?
And not just a regular song.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we try to always do with our songs is always create versatility.
Right.
I mean, you want to hear me into the hardcore, but then you can also hear me into the soft rock.
Right.
So we try to cover everything, but the main thing is that our song has no ending, a beginning without an end.
Right, I hear you. Was there anything you wanted to phrase on that? Go ahead, man. That's all right, man. You got that, man. That's all we got the mask on.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like the mask makes me do it. That's for
Blame it on the mask, bro.
I heard that.
Well, to me, it was always been the special words that always got to me is always been like the Holocaust, genocide, the execution of humanity. The world is ending right before our eyes. We hear the truth, but we cannot hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ain't this is what happened in the new world?
Right.
So it's forever, you know. It's our music is just. I mean, I love it.
I just wish we would get rid of that damn iPad and fucking know it. You know what I mean?
Tantos años y todavía no puedo play. You still getting on the song.
I just want to make sure it's right. I just want to make sure it's
Don't need nothing but a good time.
How could I?
How can I resist?
You know what? Being a fellow musician for so many years, I know, and being a front man and playing guitar, sometimes you need it. Because you're in the moment, you get into it, and de repente you put, instead of ain't nothing but a good time, ain't nothing but a fun time. Like, wait, that's not the lyric way. Like, oh, my bad.
I always say if we do covers, because you got to do 4 hours, of course.
Yeah.
But when it comes to originals, you know, those are ours.
Oh, yeah. That one comes from the heart. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, does it, though.
Yeah.
You know, I just have it there for a little reference.
Yeah, he does.
Just make sure that when I say atomic war, the apocalypse, I want to make sure I'm saying it's an atomic war, the apocalypse.
And being the drummer in the background and seeing these guys jam, what inspiration has it given you as far as like, you know, as playing with these guys for a while?
Well, me and my dad and John too, we played a lot for years without a bass player. We would play shows without a bass player. So my job was to keep that damn beat, and I would make eye contact with them all the time, because if I fuck up, I'm gonna fuck him up. You know what I mean? And there was times where I had fucked up. I'm like, fuck, but it's just that magic, you know. And then we
knew each other.
You know, we bounced back from it.
He's my son, man. Since he was a little baby, you know. Yeah. So real quick, we know. Boom, we're there.
And how does it feel having your son back you up, man, when you're playing? I mean, I bet you the best feeling in the world, you know. Following the footsteps of the father.
No, that's not the question I want to ask. What's it like working
let's turn Dad's mic down.
Yeah,
can you still have room for 2 minutes? No, just how do you really feel?
I love it. It's awesome. I mean, my dad's the reason why I started playing. You know,
that's awesome.
At first, I was like, man, like you get mad at me. I'm like, man, whatever. But then, as the time went on, you know, it's something I was actually really good at, and I really appreciate it a lot. And we kick ass. And there's times where me and him just play by ourselves, and I feel that energy. It's so good.
That's what it's all about. That energy, and that's. I'm gonna be honest. That's what in a Speedtrap. When we jam, we have an energy. A lot of times, there's certain bass players that have jammed with us, and they what's the word? They like they fill in that
the small gap that's
the gap, and they're good. But then there's some bass players that go out there and they're real loud and just boom, 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 and it's just like we can't get that because they don't. So the minute they shut up, it's like me and him, we don't need. You know what I mean? We can.
There was only 3 bass players that actually, when I played, it felt so natural. Of course, Selena, my sister.
My little girl played bass with us.
You were telling me about that when we were talking about that.
She would play bass, and that's just natural, you know, like my dad. Then there was another man, I forgot his name, Joseph was a beast.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming from the Austin.
He got. We talked, and he said, "Hey, Lane, I'm gonna be moving back to the valley." He got married, have a little boy or a little girl, and he says, "I'm gonna go back, man," and I'm there. You know, I said, "Oh, perfect." But hopefully in a year, you know, if something good happens, because that's what we want to get the album, and you know, hopefully we can push it. Once the album comes out, then we can do something. You know, it's our product. That's our main thing. Our album. Right. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. I mean, consider the fact, you know, you have different outlets to different instruments. Who was the
I forgot. I got so into that. Third one is Patrick. Patrick was really good.
Patrick Lee Garza, he plays with a lot of bands, and he's really, I mean, he listens. He's there.
He's a humble guy.
He's there. He's humble. You know, he listens, and he always says that the guitar is always gonna he's behind the guitar, he's listening to the guitar, not
Right.
trying to, where the others just pretty much butcher me. But I got a Marshall amp DSL now with like a big engine. So what does he?
Almost got it, Joe. Let's go. The song, it wasn't Victoria. Was it Vic Hart?
Victims of the
The
Heart.
Victims of the Heart. It was actually "Bury Me."
Oh, Bury Me.
"Bury Me" was the other one I was talking about. That's the other one that caught my eye.
Okay.
Those are out of the 5. Those are the 2 songs that grasped me, man. The intro of "Bury Me," it's man. I was comparing you to a lot of bands and a lot of different styles of genres of bands that play on the radio, and then back in the day. Sounds a lot like AC/DC at the beginning. Has a little bit of a ZZ Top on it also. You hear a lot of the Megadeth of the vocal, and the beat, the drum beat in the back has a little bit of a Tommy Lee on it. Just a little bit, and you hear it like, oh man, I'm digging this. You're grabbing different areas of different bands and putting it like a mix, like a big pot of jambalaya, man. And that's what's so beautiful about it, And being part, I've been a part of a band where each individual had a different style. You had your jazz player, you had your heavy metalist, you had your blues player, you had your technical drummer, and you had a singer that listened from the Beatles all the way to right now, and he was a songwriter. And the mixture of it was amazing. And this is what I hear with this band also. It's a great mixture.
Yes.
See, so tell me a little bit about "Bury Me." Where does that one come from? When was that one written?
Bury Me, again, a lot of our songs come from years back, but they evolved as the years went. They evolved and became what they are now, because we did, there are certain changes, different leads, and it became what it is now as us as a group. John with his vocals, again, Noah with his drums. Noah is a real solid drummer. He's a real solid. He's not a flashy drummer. Just no. A lot of times.
That was an awesome impression of a drum set. Dad, never do that again. Never do that
actually goes up on
This guy's just a solid drummer, just solid, man. He's there in the pocket, and when he was little, I would tell him, it's like a bomb. When a bomb, it goes, and then when it hits, it goes. And that's what happens. If you're a musician or musicians that are out there, when your guys are right in the pocket, it creates that like a power and energy. That's AC/DC does it. A lot of good bands.
I hear it from every song that I hear that I've heard you guys play. The recordings that were sent to me, it's the intro. He's like, oh shoot, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. And then you go into it. You're like, all right, we're grooving. We're going. Here we go. And it's a good feel. Now, as far as gig-wise, anything recent that y'all been playing anywhere? Or?
Right now we're taking a break. Okay. When I think we're taking a break, it's just that, man, I bought a lot of equipment, and we went and played, and man, it was just hell. I had so much shit. And poor John, we had to take 2 trips because one of the guys that was our bass player that helped us pretty much left us. And at the end, we had to take 2 trips. John, we had to go to Harlingen, drive all the way back to Brownsville to pick up the second batch. Didn't know I had to wait there so nobody would steal. Yeah. So it's so that's why we say, you know what, we're not gonna go and go play for 4 hours and for I don't want to say nothing bad, but some people do appreciate it, so I can't be negative.
Right.
But we go and play and 4 hours and for $250, $300. I make more money where I work. I don't need to be doing that. I make like that's like, but
either that give to me that or
but we like getting out there and jamming. We do need to get out there and jam. But right now we're concentrating more on the album. Because when we go out there and play, like I said, it's 4 hours. It's 4 lists of 10 songs. And we know
even more than that.
A lot of times we got to get a bass player, and the bass player might know 20 songs, and the other 20 they don't know. So we pretty much have to go without them. And
as far
I'll tell you one thing. I know a couple of times there's been no bass player, and we're so solid, thank God, that we've done the show just 3 of us, and the people, they hardly miss a beat.
The bass line.
They say, "Where's the beat?" No, they don't.
And they
They
come
hear
in
the whole song.
Yeah, I've had them come tell me a few times. People say, how do you do it, man? And I'm like, how do I do what? He goes, how do you guys do it? I swear I heard the bass.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's just me and we're tight, man. We're I mean, like I said,
And I'll tell you one twist.
Since he was 5 years old, so we
Yeah, gotcha.
The twist to me is this: not only does he play the drum solid, but he's also a hell of a good guitarist, just like his dad.
There you go.
So we do switcheroo. He comes to the front.
Vámonos, cara.
Ew, it's like.
And I play drums.
Yeah. No, but one thing I also want to thank this guy's here next to me because, part of it's been a job, and we're trying to get this recording out of the way. But mainly, 2 years ago, I suffered to a tremendous stroke.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was gonna die. I was out of it, and most of it I should have been dead. But thank God he gave me life, and I'm still here jamming out. So I feel like I have to give it all I got.
There you go.
He got a second chance because a lot of people that get strokes come back and they can't get their speed.
Yeah.
They're blessed because right now we're doing the album. John. He struggles a little bit because his muscles have lost a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
But that's why we've been real patient with him.
Yeah.
I just want to. Yeah.
Yes, dude, he was mad. I'll tell you one thing.
Pon los cables en la batería. Esto no, qué chingos que no va.
I'll tell you one thing. The guy that you listen to, he's a hell of a singer. Because for me to mimic that, right now I figure I'm at about 80%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to reconstruct my voice. I have to reconstruct the way I sing, everything. But most of it is because my brothers here, and I call them my brothers because I've known them for so long. They've been so patient with me. They never said, "Oh, we're going to replace this guy." Or we need to.
Right.
Well, they've been there to thick and thin.
There's no other singers, man.
Come on, man. Do the poor guy.
No, seriously.
Give him a beer, man.
No, we love John, man. He's our brother, and we were there when he had his heart attack. Me and Noah fucking cried when he had his when we saw him with all the tubes. He was gone, man. We said, you know what? If we lose John, what are we gonna do? I said, nothing, man. We're just gonna
pack it up.
When I was in the hospital, I was crying, but I wasn't crying because I wanted to get better. I was crying because I couldn't finish this album. I couldn't sing. I wanted to go back to the studio. I wanted back to perform. Yeah. But everything has to be at the right time, at the right place.
You're doing good. Yeah. In general, Victims of the Heart is after you're doing great. Yeah. And we got some songs that you haven't heard. We got The Shed.
We got some new stuff. Nobody's ever touched. Right here, I carry with me this religiously because this is the next album right here. Songs that we're all creating. I just finished talking to my brother here, Noah, and I told him we need to get together so we can work the other art. Because he's a drummer, but he's also a very excellent guitarist, just like his father.
There you go.
Excuse me, man. And Noah has some songs that he wrote too that are damn good. That are damn good. And I was telling them we can't leave those just in the back burner. We need to get them out there also. But todo con time. But now we gotta concentrate. I'm the one that kind of puts everything on the table. I'm the one that kind of like, okay, let's do this, let's do this. Instead of going out, oh shit, having a bunch.
He's the one that kicks me in the rear, saying, "Dude, you need to hit it."
I do.
He does.
And that right there, that's the vocal I'm telling you guys, man. That's the vocal that we hear on the album that I was, some of the songs that were sent to me, and when we're listening to them, man. This guy.
And I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if I'll ever be that guy again, but I know that I'm going to be a hell of a new singer because we're reconstructing this singer to be even better than what he used to be.
There you go. And that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, this new singer that you got, he's doing pretty damn good.
And me being nosy, like you said, the quick guy, I see he has lyrics out there. And I was going to ask you, the whole Bury Me, what is the symbol? Like how did it come about? Who's the co-writer for that song?
It was really we all put part of it because we used to see Highway 100 and we go, wow, it's kind of like a highway song, you know, something that the bikers would be riding on the bike.
You see Los Bandidos, but back then,
Yeah.
Highway 100 was a 2-lane road.
Yeah.
And it was barely being built with the, you know.
Mhm.
So, you know, cuando pasaban, you would see bikers. So yeah, la rumble.
Sí.
That's a kick.
And we put it into the words because some of it says, since I was a young boy, I always had to run for the law. But when life deals the cards, it dealt me a major flaw. My mama tried to warn me, but I never listened to what she said. She said, son, your dreams are dead. But I never listened to my mama.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that song, it says, I'm hauling down the highway, running free, I'm running high. Nothing's going to stop me because I'm headed for the borderline with the pigs on my tail because I just finished breaking the law. If they try to stop me, I'm not going to take the fall. Bury me with my boots on. Where I'm headed, I'm going to need them to run. Bury me with my boots on. Where I'm headed, I'm going to need them to run.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
And I know these are all songs that you had back when you haven't performed them out in.
We
We
performed.
performed it,
had
but
any-
some people have never heard of it before.
I love them.
Have you had any bikers or motorcyclists or riders come to you and say, "Man,
We've had a few.
Yeah.
We've had a few. A lot of times, you know, we've had a few. Some usually the drunk ones.
those are the best ones, bro.
Those still count, man.
Those tattoo parties, they were wild. I remember.
Those are the best ones. Those are the best ones.
I have a video where we played at the chili cook-off in Harlingen, I guess, San Benito, the night before Harley Davidson. And it was weird because we were doing a song called "They Eat Their Young," which is about abortion, right? But anyway, there was a little girl, and out of everybody that was there, I have it recorded. She was dancing from the beginning to the end.
There you go.
And she was in it, man. You could see her where she was going, and she was like, I have it. And I'm going to use that on the video for They Eat Their Young when it's ready. I'm going to put her on there because she was jamming. Didn't need nobody else. That little girl,
Yeah,
you know,
the
them
music-
She
kids,
never
music,
stopped dancing. Never.
and she could tell she was feeling it. She was jamming.
Oh, yeah.
And at that time, Joey Vera was playing the bass.
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's true.
We didn't have the greatest sound, but you know, it was still fun.
That's good, man. Let's turn the clock back. When did you all decide to say, you know what? Let's get a band going. Let's do this. Let's start rocking. Let's make something.
You know,
When did this all happen? What year? Take it step by step.
I'll take you.
All right.
Back in the 86s, we started the band, but it was all covers and stuff with Red Tapia, Fred, John, my brother. He passed away. He was he loved Speedtrap. Every time he had a shirt of Speedtrap, he's the one that got me in, you know, hanging around with these guys. But anyway, we were together. They were always going through drummers back then. They weren't as good as they were. You know, they were starting.
Until they got me.
Hey, I learned. I didn't know how to play drums, but Ray told me, you know, man, you're always with us. You're gonna be the drummer. And I said, I don't know how to play drums, but I got a drum set, a CB700.
Yeah.
Put it together. I put it because my dad threw my ass out because I was in the house. So I would go under a tree in the morning and I would practice till the sun was going down. I practiced hard.
There you go.
And I got pretty damn good. So by the time I was getting real good, we played Club X in McAllen.
Oh,
we
man,
kicked
that takes me
ass.
back.
We have the recording. We kicked ass.
Yeah,
I
it
was a
takes
drummer.
me way back, bro.
So, but after that, Ray, I don't know what happened. Ray just said, you know what, we're gonna do Tejano. I said, man, I'm not gonna do Tejano. I put in all my years, learned hard to play rock, not me. And I said, nah. So it kind of sucked because all of a sudden I was like a stranger. Like these were my friends that I hung around with,
Right.
And fucking we spend the night. We slept, both writing songs.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I thought I was a stranger. That hurt me. Never said nothing, but it was like a little. Maybe they felt betrayed, but I felt betrayed more.
Right.
So that went on, and John was at that time también. So then they continued for years in the Tejano.
Yeah.
Okay, almost 7.
They gave me an accordion and goes, here, learn it. So it took me 2 weeks to learn that accordion and come back and just.
This guy gave in. I not me, man. I was there for rock. I'm not gonna go play. I mean, I got nothing against Tejano, but I was there.
Yeah.
So anyway, when Ray said Speedtrap was dead, because it was Speedtrap. I said, nah, it's not dead. So anyway, I moved to Houston, and then when we broke up, 97, this guy was born 97.
There you go.
So it was like a rebirth.
You are gonna be my drummer.
Without knowing, I would play guitar. I mean, I would play the drums, but I also had a little Fender, and I would just play. And I could never get anybody. In Houston, I got people to jam, but they never really. It was hard because they didn't understand what I was, you know.
Yeah, what your vision was. What your vision was. Yeah, I got you.
But you know, so yeah, when Noah was 5 years old, they didn't know I played drums. But I bought a drum set, a chrome one at the pawn shop, and I put it in the living room, and I fucking went, you know, took off on the drums. And this guy was little. He was just like, he was like, okay.
You got to be shitting me.
Yeah, he was like, oh, okay.
My dad's a rock star.
Then he got on the drums and started, you know, and I said, hey, Mira, you know, I mean, I can do it. So then I started teaching him 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's what I started you off, right?
Yeah.
It was doom, bah, doom. And that's how I started him. And then I ran into John a few years later.
I remember that.
Destiny.
Yeah, I ran into John and I said, hey, man, my son, he's a pretty good little drummer, man. At that time, I didn't have that drums no more, hard times. I had a little Rogers, a little toy drum set.
Hey, whatever it was,
in the living room. And John came over and Selena, my little girl, with the bass. We started teaching her. And we started jamming. It was in 2006, 2005.
We even did a little video, remember?
I have, but it was on my old phone. And yeah, no.
I still carry it with me somewhere here.
I have the recording. I have the recording, the sound, and it sounds good, man. And that's when we started. 2006, we kind of started from all over again. From we started, and then where we are now. It's been a long time. We should have already been a lot, but. I mean, it is
what it is.
For us, what it is.
Yeah.
Things happened, you know. The album, John had a stroke, so it set us back.
And it happens, and it all happens for a reason. I've known bands that have been around for years and years, and they punch out so many songs, and when they say, you know what, dude, we never made an album, or we never made an EP, or we never did this, we never had the money for it, and soon enough, they get the money for it, they do it, something happens. Someone goes through hard times, someone gets sick, there was a dilemma in the family. You know, it happens. It happens, but it happens for a reason.
Yeah, it's true. And another thing too was in 2010, I fucked up. I got locked up. I did 4 years. I was gone.
Worst time.
And when I did my 4 years, I took that time. Luckily, I went to a place where they had a music room, so there was people there that were musicians. I was with Greg Allman's first cousin, Gary Allman.
Oh, really?
He had a band. So there, I did a band called Speedtrap, right? And I got some musicians, and I would wake up in the morning. As soon as they'd let us go out, I'd go to the music room, get an acoustic guitar, and go sit down outside and start learning my. That's all I did. That's how I learned my lead. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have learned leads or nothing. So. You know, like you said, everything's for a reason, but it was heartache. 4 years, and my family suffered, but
but it is. You know, it happens for a reason.
And my wife would say, "Where's Lane?" And go, "He's coming out. Don't worry, he's coming out. We're waiting."
That got me a lot closer to music, because I didn't have the last things we did was practice like AC/DC and all that. So when you were gone and I was hurt, I was like, I'm gonna jam out, and it got me like with to feel it more. You know, when you tell me feel it, feel the beat, feel it. And I'll be sad playing it, and I was like, wow, like let your energy off on the drums. It had, like you said, for a reason.
It happens for a reason, and some of the times it's. I'm not gonna say it's for the better. It's just because it sounds kind of weird saying it, but it happens for a reason to progress yourself to be something better than what you are right now.
We did the best we could with what we had.
Exactly, man.
We did what we could. I mean, you know, what we did.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So okay, now let's get back, because I know you really want to tell something. He's all like, he's looking at him like, are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Even my boots on.
Even the pad is like,
are you done?
Are you done? Are you
So much
done?
material.
Read me.
Oh my gosh,
We
man!
get so much material. It's just crazy. But
And how many songs is this album gonna have in total?
We're programming about 10. And it could be more. We never know,
Yeah.
We're there. I mean,
And as far as the recording itself, are y'all doing the recording yourself, or are you going to a studio?
No, we went to a studio with Safina Studios with Frank Martinez. We found a hell of a guy. I went, we tried a few of them, and they just weren't what we needed, man. This guy was more. All the other ones were fancier, but the guys behind the man, no, it's the guy.
Yeah.
He
It's just another piece of the puzzle. That
Yeah. And then we need to be part of it because we know the sound and we know what we want.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we leave it to somebody else, they change everything.
Yeah, I hear you.
Before you know, you are on the Tejano music.
Do we put a saxophone in there, bro? Dead pigs don't float. What the hell? What did you do? It sounds better when you trust me.
You know what? It needs more tuba.
I totally understand, man. To find the exact person that's gonna do the recording is gonna come out the way you want it. Because I mean, you are putting the time into it. You're putting the effort into it. This is what your vision is, and then you want to toss it out there so everybody can hear it. Now, have you all put in? And besides, I know. As far as right now, what you sent me, is that any other platform so people can go listen to it, or not yet?
Not yet. We're ruining the surprise.
The songs are on SoundCloud, or
well, no, look, they send me personal. I felt so honored, bro. It's personally for me, too, not for you.
Yeah. It's still in the rough mix, but I took everything out of off of the YouTube and all. Maybe some live where we did some live.
Okay.
But
well, dish out all your social medias, man, so these guys can, anybody who's watching or listening to the podcast, they can follow you guys.
You have a webpage.
Yeah, we got a webpage. It's under Wix, but if you go under LF Speedtrap / Wix, it'll come out. We still gotta fix it. I mean, it's a lot of stuff is there, but we were kind of waiting for the album. Once we get closer to the album, I'm gonna start throwing out everything, putting it there, and throwing them out on YouTube. We got some stuff on YouTube live where we're playing with some friends we're jamming just live, and it sounds pretty good. Another friend of ours, Caveman, he comes by and drinks some beer, and he likes to sing. He's a really good singer too.
That's a guy I like to meet, Caveman.
Yeah.
That's a badass name right there. You know that guy's a wild man after a couple of beers.
Yeah. After a couple of beers, well, he's gone. He's gone.
Shirt comes off, his shorts come on right on his underwear. That's the Caveman I want to know.
I know what's happening here.
Wait a minute.
He's got a lot of heart, but he's there.
That's good, man. That's good, dude. So I mean, so we can catch you on most of your profiles. Or you have anything on Instagram, Facebook?
I don't have no Instagram. Maybe no one knows about it. I'm an old fart, man.
Have you heard of the Instagram?
Put it on the book face.
No, I have MySpace.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Dish it out on the mic so everybody can.
But we have a LF Speedtrap page on Facebook.
On Facebook, yes.
And my link Fausto. I don't really put up I put a lot of stuff on link Fausto.
You can find some songs also YouTube. Some of the old ones.
Yeah, YouTube. LF Speedtrap, and they'll come out.
Time to start networking, drummer. Networking.
I gotta be the network guy, right?
Yeah, you're a network guy, man. I'll take care of it. All right, I got it.
We got the stuff. I just got to put it together. Once we start throwing it out there, I don't want to throw out our the stuff we're gonna be playing out yet.
Exactly.
Then we'll ruin the what's the surprise.
Well, what I did for the trailer, I'm sorry, I gave you a little tip. I'll say it in the naughty words, just a tip. But that's good. Just a tip. Okay. No, but we put it. If you want to listen to some of the stuff, it is on the commercial I did for this podcast. Love that song, man. Dead Pigs Float.
Dead Pigs Don't Float.
Pigs don't float. They should float, but they don't.
PPDF.
So I mean, great song, man, and I know I can only wait for the other songs that'll be coming out, man. That'll be something really interesting to listen to and look forward to. Network guy, get on it, man, get on it. Get on it.
By the way, you're the new lead guitar. You're the new roadie.
It's official. Sign this paper.
I brought something. We made this. I made this. And this is something that I wanted to give.
To shine on the wall.
Yeah, something that I.
What do you got? Oh my gosh!
Our album.
That is awesome, bro. Well, you guys have to sign that. I've got markers here that you're gonna sign that. That's going on the wall. That looks effing amazing.
That's a tablet.
That's a tablet.
Right.
And it's made by me, so it's
Can I Wi-Fi roto on it? There it is, man. Look at that.
Yeah, that's for you.
Oh, shit. There you go, man. This is cut off the walls today, man. It's gonna look nice on the walls, man.
Sorry, Danny.
Sorry.
You see the banners we have.
Sorry, Machete. This one, it's gonna go either in here or in the waiting room, so everybody can see that, man. When they walk in, that's awesome. Appreciate
we
that.
We gotta
man.
keep an eye on this one because I know a certain.
You know what, Chew? I think you should take that one up and take that one home for yourself.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Turn it into a. In the back, put a backstage pass whenever they perform. Yeah, that's nice, man.
That's gonna be the first of anything we're gonna know. Like, I made those, so
that's awesome. And you made the frame and everything else.
Yeah, I made the frame out of just stuff. I don't know, just stuff I come up with.
fellow framer myself, man. I do frames, and this is actually pretty damn good. Wow, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, we are gonna get this signed, and we'll put it up in the waiting room so everybody can see, man. This is something great gift, and thanks to all the guests that come and bring us little gifts, man. We appreciate it. We toss them on the wall. They're up and running everywhere, so people can see who's come in, who's gone out, and we appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah,
Speedtrap, I appreciate you coming to the podcast. We are coming into 50 minutes into the podcast, already coming close to an hour. So a good interview, man. Great
interview. You mean this pad has been on for 50 minutes?
Better turn it off.
Good. No wonder.
Is that an iPad? Let me. Is that an iPad?
No. It's
my No, que puro pinche Walmart is it?
Apple.
Apple sponsors. Give us a call.
Walmart.
Come on, we're tossing everything on. But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys coming out, man. I really appreciate you guys. Let me go ahead and get the podcast. Oh, go ahead. Spit it up. Go ahead. No, don't worry. We're not done with this yet. We're going to shut down the podcast. It's all vocal right now. So we're going to shut that down.
We have to stop the talking part.
I'm pretty sure they're saying, shut up. Shut the hell up. Cool. Go ahead, man.
I just want to add one thing. Everything that we created, from the banners to the posters, the shirts, our originals is a symbol, because we don't just write the song and we say, that's it. We always try to put the extras into it, so that when people hear it, they go, I can relate to that. Right. I can feel what he's saying.
Right.
It's without giving any spoilers, and I wish I could say more.
No, don't do it.
No, I feel like doing it.
You won't do it. Don't do it.
You won't be the only guy this month to go through the table.
Which reminds me, thank you for saying through the table. Next week, we got Mateo Matatan Osuna coming into the podcast next week. It's going to be an interesting one. And also, don't forget, this weekend, August 22nd, there's a 956 versus Texas over in Alton, Texas. Look up Danny Chance on Facebook. Find out where those tickets are, and head out there and support the 956 Revolution Wrestling guys out there. Maybe they can bring a couple of belts back into the podcast so you can check those bad boys out. Say, hey, we have them now. But anyways, Chew, sign us out.
I've been Chew.
And this is LS Speedtrap in the house. Thank you for showing up, guys. We'll see you next week. Laters, Gators.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chew and You podcast.
Hey yo, I'm coming for them duffel bags and gold teeth. This game been saturated, written for my nosebleeds. I like that propane and spit that dragon breath. I got that product for the low, all hell my connect. I've seen the nicest people plotting with the worst intent. I've seen my enemy.